All right, John, this is for you because I think it will interest you. Let me go over something with you. I want to start doing some auto posting for my LinkedIn account for AI, and then for Twitter, I'm going to add in several other feeds. And I'm going to iterate, test them, make sure everything works properly. So I decided to look at Hacker News. They have an RSS feed. I select a subset, keyword AI. Cool, done. Smart message router. This will let me basically decide where I send it in my organization. The action here, I can send new AI, advanced AI, but you can send this to teams. That's something to think about. It will intelligently decide if you have like a broad RS feed, for instance, the Wall Street Journal, you can go in and say, route this to this section, route this to this section. And then based off of the primary content you want to be writing on, it'll be pre-routed. Okay. Then what you do is you select, well, what are my paths? You can do up to like 7 of these, I believe. No, 10. 10's the limit. So you think about that. That's 10 different posts you could generate potentially from one system. You can actually do more than 10. You can do a lot more than 10 in a single execution, if you know how to think things through. For instance, I actually could have put all of this in one line instead of 2 lines. I just wanted to see it visually this way. But I could have had this whole path going down here where it would target several different feeds for the exact same thing, and it would post. We could have delays on things on when it would do what, and it will delay specific actions. So that's fine. But there's that, and that's the way it'll post. I designed it out to do a tweet right here. It's conversation based. There's a lot more options now that I have to dive into, and I'm done just helping everybody. I've got to do my own research now. I've got to take some space for me. But going here to action, this is cool. It's routing the message here. So it sends the message that I wanted to send, and then I give it instructions on how to handle it. Basically, key things you want to look for in the way a post looks. And how did I determine this? I went over here, sir, and I'm like, AI tweeting best practices. And I built this whole process out just by a few seconds. Well, it took a few minutes to do. Overall, I've spent probably about an hour and a half doing this just because I have to edit it and go through it. But I can actually save a lot of this information for reuse, which is ideal. And then I can re-pull it, and I can show you how to do that later. Also, just so you're aware, there's an option here that I want to show you really quick. This is the Zapier plugin that I can set up a given thing to handle the information in a particular way I want it to. For instance, I can build a custom Zap that I go down here and then I click send to execute, and it will go and take the information I inputted, including website. It will call the information, research it, write an article for me, send it through a given format. So everything I'm doing is very genuine. I'm basically just pumping it to content writers. I'm like, I really like this. This is cool. Let's do some content on it. Boom. It'll pump it all in, send it out to my feed system. Right? It's pretty sweet. But back to here. Your writers would love this stuff, by the way. At least I think they would. If they didn't, then it's their biz. But here's this. This is going to be the LinkedIn post design, and it does the title build out. The action itself is what you got to look at, where you're putting in programmatically the generative text. So in this context, John, this is where you would be a genius and you could really shape this landscape with your creativity. Now, I am using the 3.5 model. Let me make something abundantly clear. The 4 model is far, 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 far more intelligent than the 3.5, and they're limiting and throttling usage on it. So the moment I have that, and I can API it to build this stuff out, the writing will be night and day. Even right now, if you know how to tailor it correctly, you can still develop safe content, and 80% is better than nothing. Even 70% is better than nothing. But look here, it's getting the engaging headline. It's saying what to talk about. So I told it to a ghostwriter writing for me, and I gave it the persona, maintain a professional tone. All posts have the touch that reflects James Brady's unique persona. His fascination with AI, fintech, VR, along with his values, should shine through the writing. And it goes on to mention some of my values throughout here. Anyways, that just gives you an idea of it. I can tell you about other stuff later. But yeah, let's publish it. So this is going to activate it. What that means is every time there's a new update that comes specifically to AI in the search feed, it'll trigger it and it'll post it. I should have put a delay on here. I should probably do that. Let's edit it. Edit existing. Let's delay. Delay. delay after queue, waits for a set amount of time after the last delay in a given queue. Delay for, delay until. There's a lot more they've added to. A lot more. Okay, I'm just going to pause this really quick. So right here, I've delayed for 20 minutes, and then it's going to post it for me. It's selected minutes, continue, test action. You test everything, and you can test content. Your people can test content, publish it. Boom, we're ready to go rock and roll. V1 is what we'll publish it as. It'll take a few minutes to go live. This will now auto post on my behalf to LinkedIn and Twitter every time there's a new update here. It'll delay it for a certain number of minutes to make sure I don't look like I'm a total fake. Right here, 5-minute delay, for instance. I should put that 5-minute. Would you? Oh, I didn't edit it. Oh, well, we're done here. I don't want to do any more work for now. And look at that. I have something that will post to LinkedIn for me whenever I want it to. It'll tweet for me whenever I want it to. Cool, huh?